Showtime. Here we go. Chin, you ready to go? All right. Showtime.
So I'd like to start today's faculty meeting. As you saw on the agenda or on our newsletter, we do have some special guests. He's going to be recording himself only, not you. But we have some guests who are here on behalf of
National Life Group.
National Life Group, which will be in heaven. But nonetheless, they're here to tell you about their services. So we're going to welcome them. Their timer is beginning as soon as they get to the top. And in return, our children are getting basketball, soccer, and football to help us with playwork.
Thank you. Go ahead, no worries. Good afternoon. My name is Javier Rodriguez with National Life Group, as mentioned, and it's an honor to be with you here today. I'm here to talk to you about a couple of things. One of them is probably near and dear to your heart, which is your money, right? Anyways, but along those lines, so I'm also here because we want to talk to you about our nonprofit organization that we do have. I want to start by letting you know that we are fully approved LAUSD 403B advisors. We currently have over 10,000 teachers that we manage their 403Bs to ensure that they retire with dignity and on their terms. And that's one of the things that I'm here. I'm personally here because I'm very passionate. I think there's a tremendous injustice going on in this country right now where teachers are working harder than ever before, yet they have so little to show for it when they retire. And to me, that's simply wrong. And I want to show you different options that you can use or leverage to prevent that from happening to you, because that is truly an injustice. Along those lines, I'm going to talk to you about our nonprofit, which is for our kids, for our future, where we focus on giving kids a shot at achieving the future they deserve. We do anything from sports equipment giveaways to Christmas wish lists. We are talking about the Thanksgiving dinner giveaways and many other things that are funded 100% by our agents and myself. There's no corporate money involved. There's nothing like that. It's just 100% done because we believe it's the right thing to do. Here's our favorite campaign, though. This is called the Life Changer of the Month Award. And what we do is we ask the principal to go ahead and nominate a teacher who's gone above and beyond, and we recognize that teacher with a certificate. We give them a gift card as well as a tablet, brand new tablet on top of all that, just as our way of saying thank you. Maybe we can come back in a couple of months to recognize the teacher inside this room here today, and it's an honor to do that, and we thank you for what you do. I'm here to talk to you about 5 keys to retiring on your terms, and that's something that teachers cannot seem to do anymore. There was a time that the average teacher retired, had a pension for life that could provide for them and allowed them to retire on their terms and with their dignity. And nowadays, with the cutbacks, the pension reforms, and so many other things that are happening, we've never had more teachers hurting where they literally retire on a Friday after giving this job 20, 30, 40 years or whatever the case might be, only to start their new job the following Monday, not because they're bored, but because they are broke. Have you ever heard of somebody like that? It's all too common, and we need to fix that. And it starts with you taking ownership of your retirement, because ultimately, it's your future we're going to talk about here today. So here are the 5 keys, and I'm going to fly through this. This is the 20-minute presentation I get to give you in 10, so forgive me for flying through this right now. Everything that I mentioned to you today comes directly from CalSTRS, the CalSTRS Members Handbook. If you don't have a copy of that, we're going to show you how you can get your hands on a copy of it at the end of the presentation. By a show of hands, how many of you here would like to retire someday? Anybody? Yesterday, right? Okay. And by a show of hands, of those that raised your hands, put your hand back up if you actually want to be able to stay retired. And that right there is the challenge. There lies the problem. Retirement is easy. You're just not going to come to work anymore. But my question to you, when you're retired, do you want to eat? Do you have a mortgage, rent, bills to pay? If so, you're going to find yourself struggling like never, ever before. Key number 1 is to know your expected pension amount. It still floors me today how many teachers just don't know what they're expecting when they retire, when CalSTRS makes it super easy to find out today. Well, we get together with you. We will show you exactly whether you're 1 year or 30 years into your career, what you can expect when you retire. And this is very important because you cannot properly plan for a retirement income if you don't know what you're receiving. Does that make sense? I just want to make sure. Okay, let me give you an example. We have Jane. She's 31 years old. She wants to retire when she is 60. That will give her 29 years of service. So the formula is very, very simple. We go ahead and find out that her age factor at age 60 is 1.760. That's directly from CalSTRS. That's what's called her magic number. You need to know your magic number so that there are no surprises when you retire. So we take the 1.760, we multiply by the number of years of service, that gives us 51%. So that means that when she retires, she's going to get 51.04% of her highest average of the 3 years. Does that make sense? 51%. So that's how you find your magic number. When we get together with you, we'll show you, figure, and find out exactly what your number is going to be. This is important for everybody, but it's especially important if you got hired after January 1st of 2013. Why? Anybody know why? Go ahead.
Isn't it like you have to be 62 to receive?
The new one came out. California pension reform kicked in. Now you have to work longer, and guess what? For less. And so therefore, you better be doing something on the side, and I'll show you how that works in just 1 second as well. And those are the tables right there where we will help you find your magic number. Key number 2, know your expected income gap. This is one of the most important elements of what I'm going to talk to you about here today. Understand one thing. When you retire, you will have an income gap. Nobody retires at 100% pension. Does that make sense? So the difference between what you were making and what you're going to be receiving from CalSTRS equals your income gap. And I'll show you that in 1 second. Let's go back to Jane, 31. She retires at age 60. Now we do the math. Her highest year is $90,000. Her payout was 51.04. That means she's going to receive $45,000 a year. Divide that by 12. That's $3,800 a month.
Multiply by 3.
Yeah. Now, we haven't even talked about everyone's favorite subject yet. Taxes. Uncle Scam wants a piece of your pension. Does that make sense? And what Uncle Scam wants, guess what? Uncle Scam gets, just so you know. Now, but the question is this. We're not even going to, I don't want you to leave here all depressed. Not too much, okay? But the question is this. Is 38.28 enough to retire on today and maintain your lifestyle? How about in 10 years from now? So what makes you think you're any different? So, having said that, I'm going to continue. I don't want to run out of time. This is very important stuff. Let me put things in perspective as I wrap it up. This is what we call your piece of the pie. And so what you see at the top is a 100% line representing 100% of the income you were making while you were working. Does that make sense? Then we determine your magic number, percentage. Your pension amount is somewhere in the middle, somewhere. Hopefully it's a little above 50%. But whatever it is, the good news is that your CalSTRS pension is for life. You cannot outlive the money. The downside is that it's fully taxable. Whatever. I'd rather have a taxable pension than no pension at all. However, you are going to experience a tremendous, with an emphasis on tremendous, income gap when you retire. Look at that right there. And as you can see, that's what sends teachers to work, not just 1, but 2 part-time jobs, not to live it up, but just trying to maintain their dignity in retirement. Are you with me? And that's what we want to avoid happening to who? To you. You have time on your side still, and we can do that. How do we make up that income gap? Well, there's different ways. A 403B, a 401k, a Roth IRA, all kinds of stuff. The downside with those products, of course, is that we kind of eat them away. Does that make sense? We retire, we start pulling out $20,000 a year, and then it runs out. Good news is you'll always have a safety net of your pension. The downside is you don't have the same safety net that most people have, which is Social Security. You don't pay into it, so guess what? You don't get it. It's very, very simple. So you have to take care of yourself. Let me go ahead and fast forward. Key number 3 is to maximize tax-free income in retirement. If 100% of your pension is taxable, then you got to make sure you have some kind of tax-free income coming in. And there's only 2 ways to legally do that. Number 1, so it's called the Roth product. Roth 403B, Roth IRA, Roth 401k, and so on. A Roth product. The second and only other option is what's called Section 7702 of the IRS tax code, which most teachers don't even know exist. And we're going to show you that to show you how that can generate another stream of income, lifetime income, that can parallel your pension to make sure you retire on your terms and with your dignity as well. Number 4, plan for your survivor option. One big, huge mistake teachers make when they retire is that they decide to modify their pension. Now, whether you modify your pension or not, it's up to you. I'm not telling you to do it or not to do it, but be aware of what it's going to cost you. Does anybody know what modification is when you modify it? Anybody? CalSTRS gives you the option. Let me show it to you. Hopefully this doesn't take too much for my 10 minutes, but let me show it to you because this is important. When you retire, you're going to get what's called the members-only pension. Whatever, $5,000 a month, whatever. Then they're going to ask you, do you want to modify your pension and pass your pension on to your spouse when you die? Most teachers say yes. And then if you say yes, there's three options. Do you want to leave them 100% of your pension, 75% of your pension, or do you want to leave them 50% of your pension? Now, most teachers, guess which one they choose? I was going to make a comment. I was going to say, the smart ones choose 0, okay? However, most teachers select 100% because it sounds pretty noble, doesn't it? After I'm done with it, I want to make sure I take care of whatever, my husband, my wife, whoever. I want to take care of somebody. But man, can that be expensive. Let me show you this real quick. Here we have a teacher. Highest average month was $10,000. The payoff factor, we inflated it. It's 72%, okay? That means this person's going to get $7,200 a month every month until they die. However, they say, no, I want to take care of my husband. Okay, if you want to take care of your husband, we're going to give you three options, and here they are. Do you want to leave on 50%, meaning that instead of $7,200, you get $6,700 while you're retired, but when you die, you leave half of the $6,700 or $3,300 to your spouse. Does that make sense? Most teachers choose number 3, 100%. Well, if you want to pass on your pension, 100% of it to your spouse, you get even less while you're alive. So now you're receiving $6,100 a month while you are alive and retired, and then when you die, you pass on the $6,100 to them. However, the difference between $6,100 and $7,200 is over $1,000 a month. So here's the way it usually plays out. It's costing you $1,000 a month to do this. Are you with me? $1,000 that you're losing. So in 1 year's time, that's what? $12,000? 10 years go by, and it's cost you how much? $120,000, and your husband has the audacity to die. Now, before you, how dare he? And that's the way it goes down. Guys, I don't hate to break it to you, but they outlive us. Does that make sense? Now, of the 100, listen to me, of the $120,000 you gave up in the name of love, right? How much of that does CalSTRS give you back? Nothing. Not one penny. And so when you read the CalSTRS members handbook, it tells you. What I just described, modification, CalSTRS calls it a survivor's annuity plan. So when you say, yes, I want to leave my spouse my pension, they got to get this annuity plan in your name. But behind the scenes, if it happens, CalSTRS tells you it's much cheaper to just get a permanent life insurance. That way you get the full $7,200, and when you die, you leave $500,000 tax-free. Smart move. But yet most teachers don't even know that's an option. So when we get together with you, we're going to show you how that could potentially be a solution to your problems. Does that make sense? So that's why it's so important. So let me wrap it up. Number 5, minimize or eliminate stock market risk and uncertainty. You got to get rid of that risk. The number one option, the district gives you 3 options. If you do have a 403B, the district gives you 3 options as to how you want that money to grow while it's there. 3 options. First, you have the red line. It's called variable. Variable simply means that your money's in the stock market. We call it the Wall Street casino because you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. Bam, just like that. If you've been around long enough, you've seen teachers that thought they were going to retire, and then the market wiped away all their money, and guess what? They're still here. Because of the simple fact that you can't afford to do that. The second option is the black line, which is called fixed or declared interest rate. All that simply means is that you can say, you know what, I don't like to gamble, so I'll take the fixed. Your money grows at a steady 1% to 2% every year, but the problem with that, the cost of inflation is higher than that. So your purchasing power goes down. And here's the best option possible, which is the blue line. Blue line stands for indexing. This is an option that the district gives you, but most teachers don't even know they have it available to them. So what does that mean? Very simple. It's a fixed product. Legally, technically, it's a fixed product. However, what interest rate your money earns is tied to the S&P 500. So when the S&P 500 goes up, your balance goes up, but to a limit. Usually it's 12 to 13%, give or take, right? So if the market goes up 20%, you just got 12%. In return for that limit, when the market, because the market will always go down, when the market drops, you're not making any money, but most importantly, you're not losing a penny. You can only go up. You can never go down. And you have the peace of mind knowing that you're going to be able to retire on your terms. And most teachers, I see a lot of people nodding here, you are familiar with it. A lot of other teachers have never even heard of it. And the district makes it available to you.
Javier, I have to say, though, you've explained it better than anybody I've ever heard it explained.
Thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. I'm very passionate, like I told you. I'm not going to say my whole story, but I'm mostly retired than anything else. I just come out for the presentations because I really do think that there's still time to get your financial house in order. That's what I love to do. So I'm presenting. I'm going back home to my grandkids right now, and that's my life. Okay, that's really my life. But so I'm a little passionate about, like I said, teachers. I think you do a lot. I think you're the unsung heroes. I really think that. And in your defense, it's sometimes not explained in such a way that it just makes sense. I do have to give you some kudos out to two people here with me today. Number one, where's Rochelle? Rochelle's in the back. She's one of our top CalSTRS advisors and 403B advisors, and she's the one that actually paid for the donation. So I want to recognize her before we go any further. If you could give her a round of applause. And I also want to just thank Mr. Chin Kim to my right, your left over there back there, for taking time out of his day to do the same, to come out here as well. So thank you for that. And then I just want to leave you with this right here. Remember, when it comes to getting your retirement right, you only get one shot. Don't screw it up. All right, and I'll leave you with this as well. If you can do me a favor, if you want to know more about this, if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things spoke to you, do yourself a favor. Fill out the appointment card. We don't beg, bug, or sell. We just don't do that. We don't have time for that. We have 32 presentations scheduled with LAUSD employees, so we're going to be here this week, next week, and then we're on to another one. There's 780 sites that are trying to get us in there. We can't do it all. So my recommendation to you, the best time for you to really, really, really make sure your retirement is in order was the first day you got hired, which is behind you now. The second best time is when? Right now. And I don't care if you're in the red zone of retirement, where you're looking at a retirement in 2 years, or you just started off right now. This is something that everybody should be able to do. And as a special thank you, if you do make an appointment, we're going to email you a copy of the latest member's handbook from CalSTRS so you can read it for yourself. And if you ever find yourself not being able to go to sleep at night, try reading it. It will put you to sleep in about 2 minutes flat. Lastly, we have a card, a Starbucks card that we're going to go ahead and raffle off. And so if you can please, they're going to collect the cards. The appointment cards are also the raffle cards. We're going to do that. And here's the last part that I want to say thank you. It's not on the agenda. We're going to also raffle 4 days, 3 nights in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
4 days. Let me say that again. 4 days, 3 nights in Las Vegas. But I got to give you the disclaimer, okay? I get it. It's on the Strip. Great question. Guaranteed. First of all, it's going to be a resort on the Strip. It's not going to be a motel on the outskirts or north. Nothing like that. It's going to be a resort, but you're responsible for 2 things. First thing you're responsible for, we can't give away taxes. Remember Uncle Scam? It's $19 a night for taxes, which is $98 in taxes, and you have to pay for your own gas money or hitchhike if you want to. I mean, I don't know, but the point is, it doesn't include transportation. So we're going to start with the raffle for the gift card, and then we're going to go into the raffle for the actual vacation stay in Las Vegas. If you could just collect them, we'll just have the principal here select the winner, and we are out of here. All right, just pass them forward. Don't worry about it. And also, before I forget, when was it? We'll get with the principal about the life changer. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when we select the life changer of the month, remember the teacher that gets the plaque, the whole 9 yards? We enter you into our national competition. And the national competition, the grand prize is $10,000. Wow. $5,000 for the teacher and $5,000 for the teacher's school. So it's $10,000. So I want to make sure you are aware of that as well. Any quick questions? Because I don't want to take much more time, but I want to make sure everybody is taken care of. Anybody? Perfect. All right, so we're going to go ahead and draw the winner. Hold on, we have a few more coming in. I'm telling you, your future self, your retired self will thank you that you at least found out where you stood today. Does anybody stay on top of their annual progress report, retirement progress report from CalSTRS? Okay, one person, that's good. CalSTRS makes it very easy. If you log into CalSTRS, it's on the left-hand side by year. Pull up the most recent one. If you need help deciphering it, because it looks like it's written in Greek sometimes, we'll help you decipher it as well. Okay? All right, so here we go. Ma'am, if you could just select the winner. Oh, wait, we have a few more coming.
you see how I invited them after the darkest day of the week of the year? Get you guys started on.
All right, first it's going to be for the Starbucks gift card. Oh, there's more coming. I'm so sorry. Ma'am, there's some right here. Go ahead. If you haven't, just go ahead. We'll wait for you. There you go. Right in time. Perfect. Oh, just so you guys know, you're probably going to get a Calendly. Is that what you guys use to schedule the appointment? You're going to get a link that's very simple. Just says click here to schedule your time. Okay, this is the winner of the gift card, Starbucks. And the winner is going to be me. Oh, no, not me. Miguel Navarro. Here you go. You just write Starbucks in the back or something and give him the card. And here's the one for Vegas. 4 days. Here we go. All right, ma'am, just hand it to me. And the winner is going to be Elizabeth Manuelos. Huh? The principal. Okay. Here we go. Okay. In the spirit, being a good sport. All right. 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 Vegas on this one. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen. No, we're gonna honor it, and we're gonna do another one. Fair enough? Yeah. A winner's a winner. All right. Here we go. 4 days, 3 nights, Las Vegas Strip. The winner is So Young Yi. Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations. All right. You ready to go? Congratulations. All right. My time is up. I just want to say thank you for your hospitality. Thank you for everything. I wish you nothing but the best. And the last advice I'm telling you, calendars are going to fill up quickly. When you get that link, book it. Make sure you keep your appointment. And that way you can retire on your terms. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
She's already there, man.
She's there.
She's already
She's gone.
there.
Checked out. You ready? All right. So, how do we do? Is it good, bad, or ugly? I'm still recording. Well, she's counting.
The principal was very supportive.
Very supportive, yeah. 16? I'll take it. No, he has a...